What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? It's your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. Very early edition. I wanted to get a video out because I wanted to talk about the blackwashing that Marvel continues to do that black people are not asking for. So I'm going to talk a little Spider-Man year one. Um, in the change to Harry Osborn. What's going on, D Sizzle? I'm going to talk about that. I was going to I got asked to jump on. What's up with it, Blue? My man Blue. What's going on? Uh Blurred AF with Dre and Blue in the house. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be on here long because I got stuff to do. But I'm going to talk about that, and I'm going to talk about the Baylon Skoll recasting from IGN, saying that his character needs to be recast. I'm gonna talk a little bit about their history when it comes to recast. So I'm not gonna be like biased or anything like that. Um, so when we are talking about these characters, uh, it's going to be it's strictly, from the perspective of what they are now. You know what I'm saying? What about these characters, what they're doing with these characters, why we don't want the blackwashing, all that type of stuff. I'm going to talk about all of that and a little bit more. So if you guys are hanging in with me for this very early morning stream, I do appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and super chats and all that are open. So you most definitely could do that, or you can set up the membership. You know what I'm saying? $3 a month to be a part of the crew. And then once we get a number of people in here, we will do special members only video. So you know how we do it in here. If this is your first time coming in here, again, make sure you like, share, subscribe. But I want to ask you a question. The real question is, all right, all right, all right. Let me first do this, and I want to share my picture. And again, I wanted to hop on Chillmonger's video when he did this to kind of give my perspective as far as this notion on this. But I want to pull this up real quick. And I know a lot of people are going to say, it doesn't matter, if the character is black or white, Michael Jackson style. You know what I mean? But I actually do care that the character is being whitewashed. I'm blackwashed. And I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm gonna put myself down here at the bottom. From the Cosmic Circus, our good friends, the Cosmic Circus, and everybody know who covered Giant the Major knows all about the good Cosmic Circus. It talks about Zeno Robinson will be Harry Osborn in Spider-Man freshman year. Now, I don't have a problem with this actor voicing Harry Osborn, right? There was something that was brought up in Chillmonger's video where they were talking about like there's different black voice actors. Phil Lamar voices Samurai Jack. Totally understandable. I get that. In other characters who have, I mean, other black actors who have voiced, black or white characters of color, characters of other descents. I give you a prime. I give you a prime example. Master Splinter was done by Kevin Clash. Kevin Clash is a puppeteer and was a voice actor for Splinter in the Ninja Turtle movies, who grew up in a Japanese home. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, they took out the Japanese guy's voice who was Shredder in the movie and replaced him with a white dude. You know what I mean? So this is nothing new under the sun if it's just voice acting. But when you change a whole entire character over, now there's jokes about Harry Osborn being black in the old comics because he had the waves. You know what I'm saying? You look like he had finger waves, honestly. The way they was drawn. But what I'm saying is that when you change over a whole entire character's origin, skin color, I know this is not canon, but still, you're still going to see more white Harry Osborns after this. And this is what I'm talking about. And this is something that I agree with you. This is not representation, y'all. This is not black representation. We are not, black people are not asking for this. And these will put, there's been a group of folks on that as long as race isn't a part of their background, it doesn't matter, Tip. No, it does matter. Because again, when you go back to these characters, when you go back to the comic books, if you start up in the movies or a show and then you eventually convert it over to comics or other type of media that portrays this character in his right light, then yes, it does matter. The color of the character matters because and see, this is why I want black folks to get on the stop the blackwashing train, because we throw a hissy fit when our characters get whitewashed. You know what I'm saying? We throw a hell of a party about how we're underrepresented, and then when we are represented, they're changed, and this, that, and the other. Now here's your opportunity to tell these people to stop blackwashing the characters. I don't want characters that are white, that's going to continue to be white, that's going to forever be white, blackwash. It doesn't make sense. And this is not progressive. There's nothing progressive about this. What is progressive is allowing the character. I'm about to put myself up here. Yeah, the Osborns do got them. Yeah, got them brother rocket do rags at night. Yeah, there's too much ways in the 60s. But what I'm saying on this particular end, and black people, I want you to understand where I'm coming from. I'm not being facetious. I'm not being, oh man, you don't want to see black people win. I do want black people to win, but in the right way. And this is the way that you do it. There are plenty of black characters that are underrepresented in Marvel, as a matter of fact, in comics, period. And especially when it comes to comics on any type of film, you know, whether it's cartoon, whether it's movies, whether it's the video games, underrepresented. So instead of blackwashing these characters, won't you elevate the characters that are already established in Marvel Comics and DC Comics, Image, Dark Horse, IDW? It does not matter. It literally does not matter. It's not like we're dealing with Transformers or we're dealing with mutants in the Ninja Turtle universe. The stuff that I read, right? So it's not like we're dealing with that. But what we are dealing with is we're dealing with established characters who are underutilized, that are already black, pushed to the side. When have we seen Blue Marvel on any type of film? Have you seen them on a cartoon? Have we seen them in any type of other media? No. But they want to give you a black Harry Osborn just to say, look how progressive we're doing. You want a pat on the back for that? You're not getting a pat on the back for that. You're not getting a pat on the back. D says, oh, I was on that tip back in the day, not gonna lie. But you know what I mean? I'm just saying, you're not going to get kudos from me because you're blackwashing characters. And shout out to my man, shout out to Eric July, because Eric July been saying this. You know, and that's something that I agree with Eric. There's nothing progressive about forcing a character who was one color down our throats to say that you're being progressive. And then you got characters like Luke Cage and Misty Knight and all these other characters that are out there to get nothing. You know what I'm saying? That gets absolutely nothing. Chancey, what's up, Gooston? Or create more powerful black characters. Create brand new ones. Like with Dr. Eve Ewing. Shout out to Dr. Eve Ewing in the Black Panther run, creating new characters. Creating new black characters with backstories and all of that. So you could be able to have a wide range of different characters going forward. And that is the problem that I'm having with this. And again, if these characters were black, and then you turned around and seen them white, then it would have been chaos throughout there. Blue South, either I quickly found it served no purpose. I actually felt it. This is more to me. This is more disrespectful than anything, and I'm actually wide. If you know with if white seen this and they were upset, I'm with them, because we didn't act in. And it's not like black people are like, man, We want more characters that represent us. So won't you turn around, make Wonder Man and all other white characters black? We didn't ask for that. We want the other black characters elevated. Simple, straightforward, no problems. It's not like we're saying, man, you got all these, like I said, you got all these characters. You know what I mean? You got all these characters at your disposal, and you turn around and doing this. Like, think about it. Like, I have no problem with this actor, Robinson voicing the actor. I mean, voicing the character. He can voice. No, I don't know what this guy's voice sounds like. I guarantee you, he could probably be a good Harry Osborn without his color changing. And again, I'm gonna say it again. Just because you palette swap Sub-Zero doesn't make him better than Scorpion. Just because you palette swap a black guy right now, you know what I mean? They did it with you got Harry Osborn and you got Jimmy Olsen in the New Adventures of Superman. They did the same thing with him. We didn't ask for that. And I know you're trying to be progressive. They did it with Velma. You know, they made Velma Middle Eastern. It's not. It's create a brand new character if you're gonna do that. Just create a brand new character. And quit making all the black characters have electricity powers. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yes, I totally agree with electrical powers. Got me. Yeah, that's kind of silly. Yo, where's Randy Roberson, Robbie's son in this show? Where's any original black characters? Is all I'm saying. Where's any original black characters? Because if you want black representation, black people, listen to me. They took away the King of Wakanda, and then they said, "Well, we'll give you a black Jimmy Olsen. You'll like that, right?" You see how disrespect? It's giving you more disrespect than anything, because they're like, "Hey, get this right. Let me feed this down your stomach." But you know, other black characters like Blue Marvel, other powerful black characters. Why is Luke Cage? I understand introducing Daredevil. I have no problem with that. Where's Luke Cage? You know what I mean? Where's Luke Cage? You know, that's more representation that we need. Where's T'Challa? And I'm not talking about T'Challa Jr. He don't count. You know what I mean? He does not count. What's going on? Bill Robinson, GV. Actually, since you brought that up, because of my work schedule, what I want to do is I'm going to probably do Gen V on Fridays. Since you said that, I'm going to do a Gen V, my Gen V reviews. I might wait to the end of the season, do one big review. So I'm glad you you put up Gen V. But it's Gen V is actually a prime example of creating an original black character. It's a prime example. They just don't want to put in the work in. Exactly. Where's LC? Yeah, where's Luke? You know what I'm saying? Where's Luke Cage? I can't hold that against DZ Marvel took away T'Challa. And we're going to get to T'Challa real quick. We're going to get to T'Challa because I want to bring up something that I posted. Now, again, if you follow me on Twitter, you would have seen this post from IGN. And I'm going to bring that up real quick. Okay, are we just going slow right now? Okay, we're going slow. Okay. Well, I got a little freeze. My bad. So I run this up from YouTube, and I'm going to share YouTube's post. Give me just a second. Let me reshare my screen real quick. And this is from IGN. This is why recasting Baylon Skoll is the most respectful thing to do. That's what this post says. So let me just share this real quick so you guys can kind of get an understanding.
through subtlety, novel action, and a massive reveal in the finale could tie it all together. The most interesting character of Ahsoka is, in my opinion, Ray Stevenson's Baylon Skoll. However, with Ray Stevenson's tragic and untimely passing, Disney has a crucial decision to make about his character, and there is only one thing left to do. Star Wars needs to make the most respectful choice and recast Baylon Skoll.
Now, did you hear the way that this character was referenced, right? The most respectful thing that they could do is recast after the untimely death of Ray Stevens. I love Ray. I'm a fan, big fan of Ray Stevens, right? But I even know Ray Stevens was just a vessel for the character. You know what I mean? He was just a vessel. And I love this character in this. It started strong, ended strong. Absolutely amazing, right? But even I know that he should be recast. You know who else should have been recast? T'Challa. Because if Baylon Skoll was this important to Star Wars, how much more powerful and needed is T'Challa? The King of Wakanda dying of a rare disease when he took the heart-shaped herb at the end of his first movie. And before y'all get to, oh man, it was to pay respect, whatever. Man, the man ain't been dead 2 months yet. And they already talking about the most respectful thing to do is recast Baylon Skoll. Right? Let me keep going, because we're going to react to all of what they're saying on here. And shout out to, IGN did the same thing with T'Challa too. They were one of the rare ones that did that. But let me keep going.
Before we start, we have to also express our admiration for actor Ray Stevenson, who brought the Dark Jedi Baylon Skoll to life. There's no doubt to me that his performance is what made Baylon Skoll a magnetic and captivating character. All in all, post-finale, he was the character who deserved more screen time the most and had the most potential moving forward.
Now, didn't on the recast of T'Challa train, did we not say that about T'Challa? And everyone that was anti-recast, you know, T'Challa Death Squad tell us that we were wrong, that we, you know, that we didn't respect, you know, Chadwick Boseman. You know, he was the Black Panther, he was our king. We followed along with Nate Moore and Ryan Coogler, because just the death was just so traumatic that, you know, the crew just had to work through that. Do you think the crew of Star Wars is just having a hard time working when they recast Baylon Skoll? Because that character is going to continue to go. Do you think the actors that worked along Ray Stevens, you know what I'm saying, that paid their respect, you think they're going to have a hard time because their friend is gone? No, they're going to keep going because the character in the story is more important than the actor. Unfortunately, that's the world of making movies. But yet, let them tell it when it came to T'Challa. Nah, we can't do that. It's just too soon. Why would you do that? Let's keep going.
After a season of not doing what was expected of a Dark Jedi fallen to the side of the Empire, we find out that Baylon went to this new galaxy not to help Morgan Elsbeth or the Night Sisters or Grand Admiral Thrawn. He was there hunting for knowledge, and that hunt led him to, at the very least, a massive valley of Mortis God statues, central figures in Dave Filoni's Star Wars projects. This will wind up being a big deal in Star Wars moving forward, but that is a topic deserving of its very own video. Now we must contend with a terrible real-world reality. Actor Ray Stevenson passed away after production wrapped and before the Ahsoka premiere. His death is an absolute gut-wrench. By all accounts, this was an unexpected loss of a talented, venerable actor with a legacy of strong performances in such projects as King Arthur.
Now you see how, do you notice how they're paying reference to this to Ray Stevens without immortalizing him? I want y'all to notice the difference between the way that they treated Chadwick Boseman, they are, in the way that they're treating Ray Stevens. They're treating Ray Stevens as a talented actor, which he is. I mean, I loved him in the other guys. I loved him in Punisher. Actually, I watched Punisher Warzone just because he was more, at least by blood and guts, in no nonsense. He was more like Punisher Warzone, the comic that I got, because I have Punisher Warzone. You know what I mean? He was more like like that Punisher. But you see how they're paying homage and reverence to this character. I mean, to this actor, and not immortalizing him and making him seem like he can walk on water. You know what I mean? And float in the air and feed the multitude or whatever. You know what I mean?
Arthur, Punisher Warzone, Rome, Dexter, Vikings, and Marvel's Thor films. However, Baylon Skoll could have been Ray Stevenson's biggest role, and he clearly poured a lot into the performance. I know what the title of this video is, and I want to be absolutely clear. The best option would have been Ray Stevenson continuing the role of Baylon for ideally years to come, but we no longer have that option, and it's not fair, and it's not what anyone would ever want. We're at a decision point the Walt Disney Company has been forced to approach before in regards to what to do and how to move forward.
And did you hear what she said? Disney has been forced in this situation before in Star Wars. They use other scenes just so they could get Princess Leia. We seen a black man play a fictional character die on screen. Literally, your character, the first black mainstream comic book character, we watched him die over and over because he was in the coma in Black Panther. He got dusted in Infinity War. And then we get to Black Panther Wakanda Forever. We have to relive this man's death. But for anybody else, how big is Carrie Fisher? Do you think Carrie Fisher, put it in the comment section, do you think Carrie Fisher is bigger than Chadwick Boseman? Put it in the comment section. Because I'm going to tell you he was. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you Carrie Fisher was way bigger than Chadwick Boseman. Longer legacy. Do you know they found a way to still have Carrie Fisher? Didn't stop the train. They digitally de-aged Carrie Fisher after she died. They didn't give a fuck. They don't care about your character. The one that you remember, all y'all, and I hope y'all watching on Twitter. Ooh, the ones anti-recasters. I hope my recast T'Challa folks go ahead and retweet this. Because I'm talking straight to you recasters. You recasters that was talking about how disrespectful it was for Marvel to turn around and go ahead and even think about recasting T'Challa. You know what I mean? How respectful it was to have this man die on film so we can all relive a tragedy or whatever. While other white characters are getting recast, for your enjoyment, we're going to play a funeral for you. How about that for your entertainment? The first 20 minutes of this movie is going to be a funeral. And everywhere you go, you're going to be reminded how the King of Wakanda, who was a fictional character played by a mortal man, is now dead. And we're going to play it over and over again because you're going to be reminded of the actor's death, not the actual character. And while all this time, they're going to make sure that their characters continue to go. You're going to be constantly reminded your king is never coming back. Thank you, anti-recasters. Thank you, people who was like it was too soon to talk about recast T'Challa because Chadwick just died. All you people who was on the train. Oh, T'Challa's story was already told. It was already done. We could go to something else. You're sick. You don't care about these characters. All you cared about is eating popcorn in a movie theater and having your enjoyment for 2 hours. You don't care about this character. You don't care like Star Wars characters care. Like Star Wars fans, they care about their characters. Well, you think everybody pitched the bits because Jack Black and Lizzo was in there. Was in Star Wars because they didn't need to be in there. But the story, yeah, that carries. That's more important. In the way that Dave Filoni set up Baylon Skoll, that character carries weight now. the King of Wakanda don't? Think about that, anti-recasters. Because when we're telling stories like Secret Invasion, when we're telling stories, like Secret Wars, especially 2015 edition, half of y'all probably don't even have that. You don't even have the trade paperback. You probably don't even know what the hell is going on in that story. What's an incursion? But what you're going to do is you're going to get your butt in a seat. You're going to pay your ticket, smack your lips with popcorn, and you don't care nothing about this character outside of that. But you have all the nerves and all of that to say, no. That character needs to be more like, can't nobody play that character. I think Ray Stevens did a hell of a job as Baylon Skoll. But somebody else will replay him. So thank you, anti-recasters, for burying the first Black mainstream comic book character. Thank you. Thank you, Nate Moore and Ryan Coogler. Thank you, Kevin Feige. Because while y'all scrambling to figure out, while Star Wars is scrambling to figure out what they're going to do, who's going to replace the great Ray Stevens? Oh, I got some suggestions. Our characters continue to be underrepresented because we rather blackwash a white character than to give us original characters. Or we'll kill them on screen and you'll never have your king back. Think about it. All right, this is your man Dre Mac. I got to get up out of here. What's up? Let me go to some of the comments because I was on my rant. Let me take this off my screen. No, shout out to IGN though, because IGN did the same thing. They said the same thing about T'Challa, and then they kind of had to walk everything back. So let me Ray's a great actor. I think I first noticed him as King Arthur. Baylon needs to be recast though. Absolutely. My man Blue. I noticed him in Punisher. LOL. I hated that version. I like that version. It's just hardcore, just violence. Fun fact: the woman in this vid, Kim Horsher, has made anti-recast statements. It maybe just maybe. Hopefully, I can get up early enough, and we'll go back and revisit this later on. He was wasting his value. He kind of was. Even though he was fun, I think he had a good time playing that character. He was wasted. He says, well, all the Warriors 3 was wasted. Exactly. One of them went to go play Shazam. Damn, y'all starting. Yeah, normally you know what I'm saying? I would have did a pre-recording and just uploaded this later. I had to get this out. I had to talk to y'all. Agreed. Also, Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Billy D. Williams. At Blue's house, fun fact, I don't want to rant on this morning. Oh snap, you back at it. Should I go back to the mornings? Like honestly, put it in the comment section. Should I go back to the mornings? I might actually do that. I might actually go back to just going back to the mornings again. Dan the man, what's going on? First time commenting, Dre Max, speak the truth. Also hype for the Star Wars reboot because this current era you said Secret Wars reboot because this current era of Marvel ain't it no more. We'll see what's going on, man. I still got a little bit of hope, but appreciate Dan the man coming through and Bayless Liz Schreiber for Bayless. I like that too. I got all of them hardcovers. I got the original. I got Secret Wars 2015 and the 1980s one. I got all the original ones. All right. I was one of those people who didn't want him recast, but I was ignorant then. Also, I never was pressed about blackwashing character. I was just happy to see people who look like me win. See, this is the thing about this. Yes, I want black people to win, but there's a plethora of black characters that are sitting on the shelf. You know what I mean? That are not getting out. And I'm gonna give you an example of this real quick. And I'm going to wrap this up here. So I'm just gonna make sense when I show you. So Transformers, right? Transformers has like these characters here, right? Characters that you might not know unless you actually read. This is one of them. I got these are special edition characters from the comic books, right? Like this character here, right? So they have these particular characters that are from the comics that a lot of people don't know, not aware of. You know what I'm saying? This guy here, Bludget. You know what I'm saying? but a lot of people don't know unless you read a lot of the IDW comics, right? But what Takara Tomy and Hasbro would do is release these characters so you can be able to have them for yourself, so you can learn more about those characters. How does a character live on? By it being produced. You got to have it so you can know about it. So, I'll give you another example. I'll give you this one. And this is the last one that I'm going to give you. My man Tarn. You know what I'm saying? From IDW, we got the Decepticon head, right? Didn't know about this guy until the toy came out, right? But then found out how badass he is in the comics. Now, what does it make me want to do? Go read the comics. Go find out more about this character. Now I'm engaged. You don't have to change the character's look. He looks exactly like he did in the comics, right? So number one, you're getting a pure representation. Number two, you're not getting something, you get something that matches what you're reading in the comics, right? And number three, now you can fall in love with this character or getting to know this character and find out a lot more about that. That's the same thing with black characters in the comics. You have your Luke Cages and you have all these particular like Monica Rambeau and Spectrum, you know what I mean? And like Malice in the comic. If people knew about Malice in the comics, then y'all be looking at Nakia a whole lot differently. You know what I mean? Because the way that she was portrayed in the comics is totally different than the way she was portrayed, the way that they did that in the MCU. I don't care if they couldn't use Storm. He doesn't have to have a love interest. He doesn't have to have a girlfriend, backstory, all of that. There's a way you can do it. You can write a male lead without having him fall in love with every woman he sees or having this love triangle or love thing going on until it's properly, let's develop the character first without any love triangles. Again, shout out to Dr. Eve Ewan. Storm is out in it. It's the ground root of the character. Storytelling 101. Have him by himself so the audience could be able to understand this character's motivation before you start putting other things that convolutes the story into it. Establish the character first. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. So instead of whitewashing these characters and understanding that when you whitewash these characters, all they're going to do is flip right back to white. And then the characters that you never heard of, is sitting on the sidelines while there's plenty of black actors who need work in Hollywood because that SAG deal is about to happen real soon. Sit by the wayside and be like, well, I can't play that character. This is nothing against you, Unapologetic Simmer. I'm just letting the general audience know my viewpoint on that and why that is so important to elevate other black characters instead of blackwashing white characters. Because it's not representation. It's actually a piss poor way of saying that we're being diverse and you're underutilizing all the talent that you have at your disposal. Simple. And I appreciate that. And Shield does does a hell of a job with this too. So the most successful black superhero all times killed by non-comic fans. Exactly. If y'all think I should do this back in the mornings, let me know. But I gotta start wrapping this up here in a minute. The average person thinks only Storm and maybe Bishop are the only two melanated X-Men. Exactly. Cornelius is in the house. I could think of at least 20 of them heroes and villains. What up, Cornelius is in the house. What's up, man? That's a face I ain't seen in these YouTube streaks in a minute. But shout out to Cornelius, man. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. Hopefully I can get up early enough. I might do a live or whatever. Hopefully around 2:30 around between 2:30 and 3:30. I'm gonna see how my body reacts. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta get some sleep. But if y'all like going back to early mornings and just chopping it up early mornings, maybe 30 minutes to an hour, we could go back to that. You know what I mean? Just let me know what y'all kind of want to do. In the comment section if you want me to go back to the early morning times. But I appreciate you guys. for stopping by and listen to me rant, do my thing, man. You know I always appreciate y'all. And to let y'all know again, super chats and memberships are open. So if you want to be a part of the crew, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of got that from Black Panther and the crew. If y'all want to be a part of the crew, it ain't number $2.99 a month to be a part of the crew. And then once you're a part of the crew, we're gonna get together and do members only chats and all of that, where I get to chop it up with y'all on real stuff. So don't hesitate to look at that. Whatever works for you. But I gotta, y'all subscribe to me. I gotta do what's best for y'all too. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do what's best for y'all. You know what I mean? So they want to Kiki. Yeah, exactly. I love Kiki Palmer, but I ain't want her his role. But you know what I'm saying? If y'all like these early morning chop it up sessions, you know what I mean? Then let me know in the comment section below. I'm trying to think of anything. Is there anything else?
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
All right, gotta wrap this thing up. All right, y'all. Thank you so very much for tuning in to an early morning portion of the Dre Max Show. Again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take it easy, man. I'll probably be back later. Where my outro at? Let's get up out of here. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Huh. Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.